right. I am Esi K and I am a Peny Radio. Why? One may ask. You guessed correctly. I have my own show, ladies and gentlemen. I've been wanting to do this for a while, so yep, here I am. I'm super excited about the things we've got planned for you on this show. Tell me about it. It will be a great definition of moi, super weird, yeah. It would be in depth, so get ready. And to be the first to listen on this program, tune in to Peny Radio at 6 p.m. every Fridays and follow our social media handles on PenyGH for both Facebook and YouTube. You can as well follow my social media handles for updates with Esi_K being my IG handle and Esi K Aqua being my Facebook handle. Kamsahamnida. Thank you.
Peny Radio.
Oh my god, that was such a sweet intro. Well, welcome and hello to another episode of Tell Me About It, also known as TMAI. I am your host, Esi K, just like you heard from the jingle you heard. Whoa, what am I saying? Anyway, from the calendar, today is World Postal Day, which I didn't even know of. And then apparently it's annually held with the aim of creating and maintaining a structure for the free flow of international mail around the world. And then tomorrow is 10th October, which happens to be the Mental Health Day. So in relation to that, I hope you are all well, both physically and mentally. So this is Tell Me About It. As you heard earlier, it is a show where we talk about basically everything and nothing, both things we are curious about. So you can send in your questions and everything you have. So you can join us live on Facebook or YouTube, or you can use the link we share around, and then you can also join us using the Google Store. You can download the PenyGH app on Google Store, and then you can listen using that, or you can use the website. That is radio.penygh.com. Great, yes. So if for today's episode, we are going to talk about cognitive bias or social cognition, which basically means how we think about our social world. Cognitive bias. Let's get right into it. Well, let's first define cognitive bias. So basically, it is about how we think about other people, our relation with them, and then the social environment in which we live in. But before I forget, we have Dominic in the building, the radio, the studio. If you have not seen him already, he is here with us. So Dominic, Asawa, you're welcome to Tell Me About It. I like it when I do the introduction.
Oh my word. I think, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear myself, so I thought I was missing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I decided
Wait, can I hear you?
Hello? Hi. Please, if you can hear me, just send us a message right now. Yeah. So within the chat session, okay, if you can hear me, tell me I can't hear. If you can hear me, say I can't hear you.
Yeah.
So if you can hear me right, I cannot hear his voice.
Sure.
But if you cannot hear me, then you type yay loud and clear.
So if you can hear Dominic, let us know. If you can't, let us know so we fix it out. So Dominic, how has your day been?
Fridays my day has been good, but there's one secret I want to share.
Tell us about
it.
Okay,
so Thursdays I'll have to rush to the office and then give account of all that I've done within the week.
Sure.
So when Thursday is about coming, I'm so tensed up. But after Thursday, when Friday comes, I'm all happy. So so I'm happy. My day has been great.
Great.
Yeah.
I think Thursday ends my week too. I don't know if after the COVID, I don't go to work on Fridays. I go to work Fridays sometimes,
Okay.
So Fridays, Eva.
All right.
So today we are talking about social cognition. Do you have any idea of what social cognition is?
Absolutely no idea.
But do you know of how we think about our world?
About the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
basically, that is what
That-
social
that is
cognition
it.
is. Yeah, how we think about the world.
Oh, all right.
You
Then
know-
maybe it's the English.
That is what I was. They've just picked some super bigger word and like, what is this?
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you got me there. Then if it's about that, then I think I'll get something to say.
Oh, you'll be getting you'll be getting super bigger words with
Oh,
for
okay.
today's episode. So
All right.
I think we should just get ready because I was wondering. I was like, how do we even pronounce this? Please. Anyway, from the research conducted, social cognition is the way in which we interpret, analyze, remember, and use information about our social world. So basically, it suggests that we create our own subjective reality from our perception.
Okay.
And then it's something that we all have. When we talk about social cognition, I have like cognitive bias. I am biased in my way. You are biased.
Okay.
We are all biased. Like, if you refuse to accept the fact that you are biased, that in itself is bias.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah. And then also our thinking about the social world proceeds like, quite effortlessly. As we are talking right now, you're not really thinking, should I say, deeply, logically into details. Like whatever it is, it just comes because our minds have been processed in a way that we don't really need to think like into details to get out something. But then when it comes to mathematics or like something, you have to think of it. You realize that you do want to math.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So basically, social cognition is something we do effortlessly without any sort of fit on. Yeah.
Okay.
And then it can, everything has a negative advantage, a positive advantage. But then for today, we're just saying that it can make it difficult for us to accept some facts.
Okay.
Because we have a preconceived idea about what something is, we end up not accepting other information given to us.
Okay.
And then there are about 20 to 12 to 3 to so many types of
Okay.
cognitive bias and then social cognition. Can you get some?
Oh, okay. So I think if talking about the way we perceive the world or look at the world,
Sure.
then I can say, in terms of religion, the religious, I don't know if you say it's a type or a way we see the kind of idea we have on religion. I think is one.
Oh, if it's biased, like everything is biased.
Yeah. But I want to single out that particular one,
Oh, okay.
religion,
Sure.
because it's doing more harm than good. Yeah.
Sure. Well, as we said, there are so many types, and then since the words are going to be bigger and bigger and bigger, I'll try to break them down. We'll try to break them down. Yeah. So, the social thoughts often guiding our frameworks, whatever it is, it's called schemas. And then it's through the schemas that we're able to select things that we want to select. And
Okay.
then we talk about it. So it's more like the schemas are the mental frameworks which helps us organize information in our brain.
Okay.
But then this is done effortlessly, like we said, so they don't really go through it. And then based on the things we already know from childhood, how we grew up, our past relations and everything, it categorizes them.
Okay.
And then I think you would realize that when you're growing up, there are some things that you don't really remember. You wouldn't remember everything because there's every normal day in your life. But then the things you remember are the things that were quite different. Because I don't remember much from my primary. But like, there's one thing that I remember from my primary. It is, I think, class 1. I don't know if I said it here. I was locked in a cupboard.
Yeah.
And then I remember being in the corner with the books. But I don't remember anything I was taught in class 1.
Yeah.
But because it was kind of inconsistent with my everyday, I remember that particular one. So realize that we remember things that are distinct from the
normal,
Yeah.
what we perceive as normal.
What we perceive as normal. Great. So do you have anything like that?
Yeah, I think when I don't I don't like this thing about me. I always like giving bad examples, but I'll quickly change it. Okay.
So you are changing your example.
Yeah, I'm changing my example. All right. So everyone. Okay. Most people perceive they have the perception that fair guys, okay, are cheat. Most fair guys are cheat.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's a kind of, and thank God I'm not fair. So so it's some kind of perception that people have. So I think I'll give that example for now. So
Okay.
it's good I changed it because the other one is weird. Yeah.
But this is a show where we talk about super weird things, so it's normal to be weird. And
I think for this one I want to dodge.
yeah. Okay. So there are some types of or errors in cognition. That is what we are going to talk about today.
Okay.
The errors we have, and then besides some examples. So the first one we are talking about is the perseverance effect. So this is the tendency for beliefs and schemas to remain unchanged, even in the face of contradiction information.
Okay.
So, for instance, when we encounter information inconsistent with our schemas, such as things, we realize that we still refuse to change them.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take an example. I'm going for a lecture, right? And then I meet the lecturer. You know, we know that a lecturer is supposed to come to class to lecture,
Yeah.
and then when he comes, he's supposed to just stand in front of the board or whatever it is and then teach. But imagine I have a lecturer that comes to class and immediately starts dancing. You realize that instead of me saying that this is a lecture, I would say this is like a super weird lecture because it's inconsistent with my mindset about what a lecture is supposed to be. So that is like the perseverance effect. We tend to instead of we say okay, this is we begin to think that okay, it's out of the normal. Like it's weird or like it's something.
All right.
Yes. And then we have the confirmation bias.
Okay.
And then this is favoring information that conforms to your existing beliefs.
Okay.
And then discounting evidence that do not conform. It's more like you want to confirm. Is it confirm or confirmation? Oh my God.
Confirmation.
Confirmation bias, and I said confirm.
Oh. Yeah. And you know one thing. I want to say this thing. Okay. Mostly what you said brought my mind to something. There are some people when you think you are right, okay, and then I see you doing something that contradicts what I think is right. To me it's wrong.
Exactly.
And to you it's right.
Exactly.
And if I'm not ready to welcome any change, then I stick to one thing. I'm always right. I think that is what brings lots of conflicts.
Exactly. So that is
because
like
we think differently.
Yeah, confirmation bias. So it's more like
we
want to confirm things based on
how we see it. Okay.
Without accepting. So the whole idea is we have to accept
all right.
each other's opinions. But then that's a great example over there. So listeners, you have just gotten a very great explanation of confirmation bias. The third one we're talking about is the negative bias. I feel like all these biases, I have them. Is it the perseverance effect, the confirmation bias? Even if it's not all the time, I realize that I sort of have the bias. Look at the negative bias. What it's also talking about. So, do you have any negative bias?
Hope for the hopeless.
Negative.
So, okay, negative is paying extra attention to the negative information. So imagine like a friend is describing someone new. Imagine we are describing a new lecturer.
Okay.
And then he's nice. He walks gently. He dresses okay. But then you just realize that there's a spot. He gives F. You realize that you wouldn't remember any of the information given about him. You just remember the negative thing. So that is the negative bias. So we tend to pick out negative information more.
Okay.
And even if you look at the news that we have, realize that the information usually is about the negative. Like positive things are going on, But then because we tend to pick out and select the negative, you realize that the news gives us more of the negative information.
I think that's what sells.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's what
our
sells.
mind in itself selects the negativity.
Yeah, but so I think that this particular one is in almost everyone.
Exactly.
Almost, but you unconsciously do it.
Exactly.
Someone says, "Oh, Kofi," then you wanna like unconsciously. Why is it that you get it? So
like, oh, Kofi.
Yeah.
Then I Kofi.
Then yeah. So yeah.
Right.
So I think that it's in every single person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what dominates is the most important thing.
Exactly.
And I want to mostly if for example I'm in the hall, I hear something falls in the kitchen and you are there, something falls, bruh, I'll not ask, Esi, are you hurt? Then say what bono? You've broken it.
Yeah.
So why are you hurt? Oh, sorry, no, you've broken it. So I think
even my parents will do it. The first thing will be like, into what pie?
Yeah.
Difficult. And there is the optimistic bias.
Okay.
So this bias leads you to believe that you are less likely to suffer from misfortunes and more likely to attain success than your peers.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Do you find yourself there too?
Not personally, but that my eyes are fixed on some 3 people I know, and you know when you are doing something, okay, they'll say that no, if I was the one doing this, it would have been a hit long time. Okay.
Yeah.
If I was the one, always if I was the one, if I was so they always make you feel that you are not doing the right thing.
Exactly.
If they were in your shoes, and they always make you feel that you are the one who always gets the opportunity. They don't.
Exactly. And they feel like they are obliged to get that opportunity that you have at the moment. So it's more like
they will not.
so optimistic bias. So it's more like I feel like we all have it. One
Sure.
way or the other. All these biases are things we tend not to notice about ourselves.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes you'll be optimistic about something, not necessarily people, but then you'd be wondering, okay, I could have done this. You never know when you're placed the crash, and then we have the overconfidence bias. Okay, this is the tendency to have more confidence in the accuracy of our judgment than reason. So, for instance, most people believe that they are more likely than others to get a good job, have a happy marriage, and long life, but less likely to be fired or be divorced. Well, let the married man tell us about that one.
You know, being overly confident, okay, is good to be confident, but if you don't take and you take it to the extremes, you blow everything off. That is why most Christian marriages do fail. That no, we
tend to be confident that as Christians, marriages are going to be
exactly, and you know the thing is not going on well. Oh, by the grace of God, we overcome. Oh, that's good. You get it. So I'm not saying we shouldn't have faith. It's good to have faith, but the confidence, let's put it where it is.
Like we should draw a line.
Yeah.
So cause being
you pray for only 2 minutes. You pray for only 2 minutes. You get it. And you only open the Bible on Sundays.
Sundays
and grace is keeping you.
Yeah.
And you want to show to the devil that you are grade 5, meanwhile you are grade 1. It doesn't work that way. That is why most relationships do suffer. So I think that one is also.
So I feel like being overconfident too. The thing is, being confident is okay.
Yeah.
But dropping the line, or like, it's more like a thin line, like I said earlier. So
Mm-hmm.
going down or going up, that is where it becomes like an issue.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I get overconfident, but sometimes like but so it's more like being confident is not bad, but being over.
Yeah.
And when I realized that, I think I became conscious of it.
Yeah.
And I knew when to draw a
To
line.
draw.
Okay, you know what? This ain't
Is
gonna
is good. Is good that way, because no, this thing is I can say what we're discussing today is in every other person, but how you control it.
Exactly.
That's the magic.
Because even I didn't notice mine. It was my dad that was like, "This that you are going to do." Don't be- you. So he brought my attention to it, and
Yeah.
then I became like, it dropped.
Yeah.
From 100 to, I don't know. I'm not as confident and over. So see, I can be because I'm confidence now dropping.
It has dropped. No, it sometimes make you feel that you don't need help.
Yeah, I felt I never needed help.
Yeah.
I still have that feeling that
You never. Yeah. Yeah.
But then it's not to that extent.
All right. Let me help you with some of your comments.
Okay.
Okay. So Priscilla is saying that I missed the beginning lah. Oh no, this is right here. This is the beginning here.
This is just the beginning. We are
All
talking
right.
about. I think we've talked about. I don't even remember.
You don't remember?
The ones I remember, negative bias.
Negative,
the
yeah.
ones I found in myself, optimistic. And then I think the optimistic one, it can be with grades. So I see my grade and I see C and I know that Charlie, I did C than I deserve. But instead I try to say, next time maybe I do that. Like I become optimistic. I'm like, okay, C, B. The next semester we are having 8 courses.
Yeah.
So maybe I get 6A. I'm a B plus. The next semester will come.
And
It's still the same grade. So I think I become optimistic. So since I'm talking about it, I've got to work on it.
yeah, I think so.
Oh gosh. There is also the planning fallacy. Oh.
Planning.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
I don't even need to explain. I find myself there. So, planning fallacy. This is our tendency to believe that we can get more done in a given period of time than we actually can.
Okay.
So, this is kind of similar to the optimistic one. But let me give you a great example of planning fallacy since I do that a lot. So, I have 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
I sleep like 8 hours, so I'll be left with like 16 hours. I can commute. I think I'll commute maybe 3 hours. I'll be left with, is it 13? Yes, out of the 13 hours, I'll go to work for like 8 hours. So I will plan and then I'll schedule the time and then, oh my word.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I realized that I add number of hours I would watch a movie. I'll say I watch a movie for like an hour today, and at the end of the day, I watch the movie for like 5 hours. I'm going to read for like an hour. I've read for like 5 hours. So the planning fallacy, dear. I don't know about you, but then me, I can plan and over plan. If you want a planner, I can be a planner for you, but execution.
That's why I always say that I don't believe in time management.
Oh yeah.
I believe in managing yourself. Yeah.
I know. When I no longer believe in that kind of time management. Maybe 5 years to come.
Yeah.
1 year.
Yeah.
I live in the moment.
Because that will even not make you plan. If you always stick to time, because the time is never changing. It's 24 hours. So what can I do to make good use of the time? That is what you should be thinking of. And what you said happens to me almost every week. I know Thursdays, Dominic, Thursday you need to give a report of, and you see me Thursday morning, the thing I was supposed to do throughout the week, I want to finish everything that Thursday morning, send the report, and still expect this man to comment on the report before the meeting. You get it? So it doesn't help anyone. So please if you so much into this, it doesn't help anyone. So please, let's try and manage ourselves.
But it's okay to plan, but then it shouldn't be okay when it crosses and then you're not able to do some things because of the plan. Because sometimes I have deadlines. It leads to the kind of, I think we've talked about this before, is it pressure? It leads to the pressure.
Yeah.
The social anxiety.
Yeah.
Because you wait for the last minute, the deadline to wait, and then I feel you're not like you're all into it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And you don't even give your best.
Yeah.
And I see.
It's never the best though.
I'm not against planning. Okay, but planning is part of the plan.
Sure.
Planning is part of the plan. You cannot tell me that you have 5 hours. You use 4 hours planning and execute the plan with 1 hour. It doesn't work that way. You get it?
Yeah.
So you plan your plan. I don't know if
I get what you mean.
yes. So if your planning should not take more than 10% of the whole thing activity. But mostly that is why they say Africans are talkative, but we are not doers. It's because we waste time planning. We forget that there are times you need to move, knock your head on the thing, come back, learn from it. But we believe that when you knock your head, you failed.
I think it's the fear of failure.
Exactly.
And the risk taking, because you have the plan already, and then you are trying to be calculative and then make sure that you don't fail with whatever you are going to do.
Yeah.
So you end up planning and planning and planning and planning, and then you realize that
the time is up.
With this show, I started planning to have like a show like 3 to like 4 years. In fact, I checked. But then it's always a planning. And then when I just had
so the biggest question will be, what took you so long? That would be it. And then
mine was planning.
And then we say timing. And by the time you are aware, you've missed the right timing.
Timing.
I believe in forget please forget about anything you heard from motivational speakers about what to make you successful, about secrets of success. The only secret to success is this: when the opportunity meets you prepared. That is it. If you get the opportunity and at that moment you don't have money to execute it, it's better you did not even get the
opportunity. True.
So that is it. So you cannot tell me that you are planning, you don't do anything, planning, and you are waiting for the best time.
I'm still planning for some things.
You better start doing it.
I'm still planning for some things that I thought of, like, I'm still planning.
You are still planning.
And then, the funny thing is, I go back to the things I've written, and then you realize that there's this pattern of the same thing. It's almost like the same thing over the years of planning.
Yeah. So I don't know if listeners out there are having any.
They're planning for that.
Yeah, and if you have any experience, if you have any experience in this, let us know. Let us know. We really want to know.
Okay, so we are moving on from planning to the next one, which is the counterfactual thinking. Great.
So today you came to embarrass me with English.
I've been embarrassing myself with the mistakes I'm making. So counterfactual. Great. Okay, let's see how it goes. So this is the tendency to imagine other outcomes in a situation than the ones they actually occurred. Okay. So you may begin to imagine receiving highest grades, and if only you studied more. Okay. Okay. So it's more like I'm expecting an A with this course.
Yeah.
But then I've not studied. I burned the midnight candle a day before the paper, and I expect to get an A.
Okay.
And then the results come, and then I'm like, it's a D, and I'm like,
is the marking that did not go well. It's not the answer of the question.
When you get an A, you got it yourself. But
he gave me. Charlie gave me 24 over So
When you
yeah, saying for you there you got, but for yeah, so
oh, you got 24 over 25. Oh wow, why are you?
yeah.
Meet your mommy 10 over like.
Yeah, I think I want to share something with you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing that I said to myself, okay, in 2012, I had this and I still have it, that in 2020, okay, I'll have to employ about 20% of the youth of Ghana.
Oh, okay.
In,
Then
tw-
2020.
in 2020.
The year is ended.
Yeah. and so in 2015,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I had this picture of an egg with what is the name of a is it a chicken or a chick or what, the baby hen or what?
The name?
Yeah. Yeah, I had it come like a hatched egg.
Okay.
With that.
Okay, like it's like a hatch.
Yeah.
And then the chicken
It's
was
coming out of it. Yeah, and I said, this is my season. Okay. And then 2017, I registered a company.
Okay.
And then I was between 2016 2017. I was finding the fault in others. Oh, it's because of this person. That's why I could. It's because of this person. Because of until 2018, then I realized, hey, 2020 is almost here. And then I got to realize that I've been blaming people for my own mistakes since 2015.
Blame game.
You get it? So I came to realize it somewhere 2018, and I said, no, I need to change.
It's more like I realized that I no longer have it. I used to have it, like the victim personality. We all think we have
Exactly.
Exactly. Meanwhile,
Exactly.
we can be the perpetrators of our own
Exactly.
situation.
So we think every bad thing that happens to us is
the fault of others,
and it's
without
never ours.
looking at
Yeah.
So the counterfactual thing.
Exactly. So I don't know if you're doing the listening and you also have you have any
Counterfactual thing.
yeah, let us know. I think Priscilla is saying, please count me in the Planners Association. All right, welcome to the game.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, you're welcome.
And then there's the anchoring bias. So this is the tendency to rely too heavily on the very first piece of information you learn. True.
Okay.
For example, if you learn the average price for a car is a certain value, you will think any amount below that is a good deal. In those for market. Let me not use the car. That one is like if you're going to buy something at the market, and then you probably meet. Someone says, okay, weigh at 10 cities.
Yeah.
You don't count weigh at 10 cities. If you go and then the person, you go to another person, don't count here 8 cities. Oh, the other way. So that is.
Oh God. and you know what, one funny thing. You know, I don't know if it has ever happened to you or any of our listeners.
Okay.
You go to town or market, buy something, and then when you're on the way coming, you start to think about it. This thing, have they cheated me or I cheated them? And then the moment you get home and they ask you, how much did you buy this? And it's nice. If you bought it for 5 cedis, you say, oh, I got it for 2 cedis. I don't know if
you know, mine was when I come home and then I think, oh, I've gotten this less expensive.
Yeah.
And especially when I go to the market to buy stuff for them.
Yeah.
Like the way they would say it, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
And almost all, I thought I have gotten it for like a cheap price.
Yeah, and
you get home and your parents and then your family, they're all like,
so my worst experience is when I bought this thing. I know I bought it at 10 cedis, and I came and I said I bought this at 7 cedis, and I said, oh,
and to be mommy,
just cannot to be money, and and so what I did was I took the money when I said, I Asa, like it's finished. What? I can't understand. Said, oh, you were not lucky. I bought the last one, and he.
No, I think I actually added my money to it
To
to buy. I remember it was one particular thing. I was like, okay, and then I was surprised because anytime I come, they are telling me is so I was like,
Yeah.
okay, and then the met so
Yeah.
from the and the good to be from me.
Yeah.
I
And
looked at
then
my I was like, wait, the first
Oh God, I don't know if anyone is having this same experience, but Charlie, it was one of mine, and I had to walk to almost get into the place. Then I had that idea that, oh, go and tell the person that it's finished.
That is why I'm not supposed to like, cause if you buy one, it's like
Yeah,
1,000 like
yeah,
two.
two, yeah.
Okay, the next one is anchoring bias. We talked about that. Okay, actor observer bias.
Okay.
So this is the tendency to attribute your own actions to external causes. I think we talked about this unconsciously.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where we end up accusing people of having
Yeah.
being the reasons for our mistakes.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the next one.
And I want to say something. That is why Ghana, we are not developing. Yes, because of that.
But no
Even
one mentions it. Like it's something that is subconscious that we don't know, and it has not been brought to
yeah,
light, so.
yeah. That is why we need to say it here.
Yeah.
So please, if you're doing the listening or you're doing the watching, don't be a victim.
Yes.
Our politicians do it. If I start a project and you come and continue, I don't give you the credit. Okay.
Credit is important.
But then, if you start the project, it doesn't work out, and I come to inherit it, I let everyone know that you are the one who started on the wrong foot. Yeah. So please, let's stop it.
I noticed because it's very I don't know how to put it. We blame ourselves like as a young each other.
Yeah.
Comes in.
You spoke fancy. Yeah. Okay. So please, if you did not hear, she spoke fancy. Yampede.
Okay, I was supposed I spoke English. In fact, I just did a typical fancy something.
Yeah.
English and
Yeah.
Oh my God. So we have the attention bias. And then this is the tendency to pay attention to some things while simultaneously ignoring others.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And I like it.
Yes. So it's not like we select things that would benefit us as individuals and then ignore the rest of the information.
Yeah. And I think it is not entirely bad.
True.
Yeah.
It depends on the situation you find yourself in, because we realize that sometimes even algorithms do it. They kind of look at the things you like and then they bring it back to you. So it's kind of difficult for you to pick out opposing opinions. At first, I found it very difficult to listen to people's opinion. If your opinion is not the same as mine, you know what, back off. Because I got people being against my interests for like a very long time. So I felt I had to stand up for my own interests. Like
stand up for your right.
So it made it difficult for me to. I kind of bled out. So I picked what I wanted to pick. It was later, I think a year or two ago, when I was listening to one of these my podcasts, and then I heard. Well, I was like, oh yeah, I've been blocking out information. So I started, even with movies, I select what I want to.
You want to, yeah.
Like the movie is a seasonal 1 hour, but I select the characters I want to see. So when it gets the character I don't want to see, who is very annoying.
You start talking or punching your phone or jump. You skip it.
Because the opinion was kind of opposed to mine. So I realized that I was doing this selective thing. So I only noticed some characters until I watched another movie of theirs. I was like, oh, you were in this. Sad. Then I go back. So
and you know, I was saying that it's not entirely bad. Because you know, as a human being, you need to be selective at times.
Sure.
Okay, everything might be pleasant to the eyes, but it's not everything that will work for us. Sure. Because we are different individuals. What will work for you might not work for me. So people might think that you are being too selective, but you need to judge it for yourself. Sure. If you are being too selective, your way of life will tell you. because of some opportunities that you miss because of being too selective.
Sure.
You get it?
Yeah.
So okay, you're looking at, let me use blue. You focus too much on blue.
Let's know.
So you focus so much on getting blue. Okay, so today blue is I'm having the blue. So
I'm having a
yeah, so she's focusing so much on getting the blue headset, and always want to be in the blue, and ignoring the ash, and she's not getting the opportunity to taste the good sound of the ash.
Honestly, I like the sound.
You get it? And that is one negative aspect of it.
I switched to ash.
So that is why no, I don't want to use it. I don't want to. So by the time people always condemn sugar.
Yeah.
They say sugar is not good. It's not that sugar is not good. Too much of sugar is not good. Okay. For children, a bit of sweet is good at the early stages. So if you have a child and you don't give the child sweet at all, it's very bad. Just because you think
Sugar is not.
yeah. So don't overdo it, but it's good to be selective.
I think we were given honey when I was younger. They were given this
Yeah.
honey
Yeah.
instead of sugar. My dad still does it. Honey, sugar.
Yeah. 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 So it's okay. So
Attention bias.
so then I quickly said, "Oh no, it was 5 CDs." That's coming from Priscilla.
Oh my god.
This thing is some way.
It happens.
Yeah.
And then the availability heuristic. So this is placing greater value on information that comes to your mind quickly. Okay, you give greater credence to this information and tend to overestimate the probability and likelihood of similar things happening in the future. Great. So this is the availability. So depending on the amount of information I have on something, I'll decide
To give it.
much importance on. I think it happens.
No.
In music, I do.
And not even in music, in learning. You see, the the difficult subject. When you see the book, you want to instantly fall asleep. You want to fall asleep.
I take that book to fall asleep.
Exactly. But the ones that you don't. Oh, this one. I don't suffer. This one I just need to glance through it and it will. You get it.
I
So
think our interest too, because sometimes when you're not interested in a course, it
Mhm.
makes it difficult for you to just pick it up. And then there are some compulsory courses, like there was
elective maths, those sciences,
my
and
God.
you know you can't dodge it. So why do you push it away?
I think it's because we sometimes feel like we are forced
To do it.
to do it,
Yeah.
and then we don't want to be
Yeah.
forced one way or the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you're forcing me to learn a course, like at least I have the option of learning it at the end
Okay.
of the. How am I justifying something?
Yeah, oh, no, just do it. That's what we do as humans.
I'm just doing what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Justifying my own opinion.
Yeah. That's what we do. That's what we do. We want to always feel good, and yeah. So it's good. So go ahead, justify.
Justification. There is a false consensus effect. This is the tendency to overestimate how much other people agree with you. You get this? I think I get this. So, for instance, let's say I'm doing something and I'm like, this is not so good, or I've written a script.
Okay.
I think there's a potential, but I think it's bad. But then everyone is being all nice and saying this script is nice. I begin to suspect. Then I'm like,
Are they mocking me?
yeah. they're refusing to tell me that this script is not as nice as it is.
Yeah.
So I feel like people really do pretend.
Mm.
I don't know. When it comes to this thing, I end up thinking, no, they are pretending.
Yeah.
Because at least, no matter how much good something is, a little bit of criticism has to come from me.
Yeah.
And then when I don't see that or get that, I'm not trying to say go criticize me or you bet you there's
Yeah.
no, that I won't take it lightly. But then the constructive criticism.
Yeah.
I feel like I do that when I get too many praises for something I think is not good enough.
All right, so
Mhm.
mostly something that this thing happens almost every week. We have this children program here, Kids Drive with Jesus. Okay,
I think
and
Sundays.
yeah, Sundays.
Oh.
And then when Dorothy handles that, and then when she finishes, says review. And when I finish talking, she'll be like, "Oh, I know this thing. No, I want to wait for what
I even
what
have issue with reviews. I'm
yeah,
like, no.
I want to wait for what Alex will say, because Alex will tell me as it is. Alex will tell for you. You are telling me it's good, it's good, and you know
How that tendency of telling us that is always good.
it's no. See, there's one thing. There's one thing, and if you want to say something bad about someone, okay, you tell the person his or her strength,
Okay.
and then you let the person know the weakness.
Okay.
If it's not everyone who can bounce back after a fall, it's not everyone who can quickly rise when he or she falls. So if you hit the person straight in the face, bam, with what he or she did wrong, it's difficult to build confidence again. So what you do is you let the person know the strength, let the person know what good thing he or she did, and then you say, but if you did this way, it would have helped. But the moment I hit on, oh yeah, this is good, it's good, and then no.
I get what you're saying to an extent, because I sometimes get comments, and then there was this
Mhm.
one friend who started off with the, should I say, the weakness part of it,
Exactly.
and then ended up, I was like, so I at the end of the day, I didn't believe the ending, because I was like, you are just trying to say something good to cover up everything.
Exactly.
said,
You
but-
you cut off the person. You
Yeah.
block the
I
person.
get it.
So it's always good to start with the person's strength and then bring the but.
Nice thought.
You get it?
But I never heard bats from you. Seriously.
It's because I'm always stopped.
Okay, so that was the what bias was that? Gosh. That was the false consensus effect. So the next one is the halo effect. Okay, and then with that one, your overall impression of a person's influence. What am I saying? How you feel and think about the character. So this effect, this especially applies to physical attractiveness. Okay, influencing how you rate their other qualities. Okay.
Oh my word. Okay.
That is right.
Let me see. I went for an interview. Please don't learn this. When I was doing my service, I told myself that any job opportunity I see, once it's related to IT, I'll pick it. I don't care if the qualification is doctorate, whatever.
Okay.
So I applied for this job, and it was the requirement, the minimum requirement was masters and a service personnel. I don't know what happened, and they called me for the interview. And so when I went, I was having afro.
Afro. Okay.
Yeah, wait.
Probably was the
Yeah.
issue in town.
And those times, I started getting beard at a younger stage. Okay. So I left it. It was my boss didn't like it, but he was also having it, so he couldn't complain. So when I went for the interview, the woman was looking at me. Gentleman, first of all, you don't meet the minimum, but your hair and everything, this is an office setting. And then I said, I know that. In just by hearing that, I felt that no, I've been disqualified just by my looks. Okay.
People do that a lot.
Yeah.
Based on your looks, they kind of disqualify you.
Exactly.
And then based on your dressing, and then I'm like, I may not have the clothes. This is what
I have.
But people will just look at you and then like that's why they say
First impression. Yeah.
So
But when the woman said that, it gave me that impression that whatever I do, I'm not going to get this, because she first told me that first you don't even meet the minimum. So I said, oh, then let me have fun on this interview and go home. So so I started with a joke. So I was just telling them. So if she asks me any question, I'll just give a joke. I'll just make a joke out of it. And the woman became my friend, and since even up to this time, she's still.
Because when you go, job interviews are so serious that
yeah.
So I feel like if you're able to just laugh it off, and then you know that you're not going, because right now,
whether you get it or not, you will not die.
You bath. That's what we think. We think that we're gonna die or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, the ultimate is death. If I'm not gonna die, try to do this. Back up.
Yeah.
No, it's good. I'm taking this, not necessarily going to joke around, but then I'm not gonna be like all serious.
Don't kill yourself for it. Just get prepared, okay? you should have an answer to the questions they will ask.
Obviously, when someone asks,
be honest.
You always have an answer to it too. But because you're thinking of what the person will think when you
exactly
give an answer,
just be honest.
Then
once you are prepared, you are. So yeah, that is it.
So let's go to the types. There's about 20, as I said, but then
wow.
because of time,
yeah,
you can read on your own. But if you're like me, I know you wouldn't.
We're about.
Let's go to the tips for overcoming it.
You have about 7 minutes left. Oh.
Yeah, 7 minutes.
Okay.
So the tips for overcoming it is that you have to be aware of the biases.
Mm-hmm.
I think since you're listening to us right now, you are one step ahead because you are aware of these biases, and then as you're aware of these biases, it would help you as an individual to make the right decisions, and then you wouldn't be biased in your decisions because you look at it from your point of view, and then you look at it from the other person's point of view, and then you come to a consensus. So it's like I'm talking about. So
it's good.
All I'm trying to say is that we have to understand each other, come to our level, and then because if you look at things from your perspective alone, it will be difficult to even have a very healthy argument or conversation. Yeah. But if you understand the next person, realize that.
No, let's finish, else I might jump into one of the points.
The next point is considering the factors that influence your decision. So if you are overconfident or self-interest, think about the influences of your decisions and how you could make a better choice. So it's more like before you make a decision, you should think of how it's going to affect you as an individual and how it's going to affect the next party as an individual. Yeah. So let's say you're quitting your work, you don't just go and quitting like today and then you stop. You think of the way they are supposed to get a replacement for you. So you just say, okay, I'm quitting, but then like maybe after I get my replacement, like you're being fair, you think of other people in the process. And then the last one is challenging your biases. So as we've noticed our biases, I know that I have negative, I have this, I have that. So since I am aware of it, I would have to challenge them. I don't know how well that will go because I started challenging them. Some are working out, some are not working out. Like the planning, oh my word.
What I wanted to say after the first one is this. There's one thing identifying the biases, there's one thing knowing them, there's one thing understanding them, and the will to really want to work around it.
It boils down to the will.
Yeah, it really, because
since they are listening, we are fair to say that they are willing.
They are willing to okay. Yeah. So mostly I don't like to advise because almost all the things, if I give you an advice, that thing comes to challenge me. Not even in a month's time, not even sometimes days. Whatever advice I give to someone, it comes to challenge me because I tell you to be successful in life, wake up at 4 a.m.
The next day you are waking up at 6 a.m.
And then, exactly. It comes to challenge me to so mostly it's not easy trying to stop something that you've gotten so much in. Yeah. So it is the will. if you really want to do it, you go the extra mile.
Sure.
So it's good to know it, understand it, and then.
But picking up, even with the will, sometimes you may be willing in your mind, or I think you may be willing in your heart, but you may not be willing in your mind, or you may be willing in your mind, and you know. Because if I look at it, sometimes I'll be like, okay, I really, really wish and want to do this.
Yeah.
But there's this thing when my mind and my heart, what like, come to an agreement, and I'm like, I really want to wake up tomorrow at 4. I'll be amazed. I'll wake up at 4.
Yeah.
But when I wish I want to wake up at 4, the next day I'll wake up at 10 a.m.
Yeah, but I don't like using alarms.
Oh, the alarms, they no longer work. I'll switch them off. My parents.
I don't. I'll throw it away.
My dad comes. Hey, Esi, what's
Alarm? You are sleeping.
And I set the alarm in a way that it starts at 4:30. 4:45.
Okay, so you'll be snoozing.
So, oh my god! And then the annoying thing is, it would wake up my parents, and then
and it will not wake you.
So I'll switch them off. I've given up on alarm.
Yeah.
So basically, those are the 3 tips for overcoming your cognitive bias. And as we said earlier, before that we are coming to an end, and then cognitive bias is something that we all have one way or the other, because we all view the world in a light depending on how we see it.
We see, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as individuals, we have to be aware of our biases, challenge them, and then consider our decisions. So we talked about cognitive bias today, and then the takeaway is that everything boils down to empathy.
Okay.
Understanding each other. So we have to understand ourselves and then go for it. And then also it means that I think we are both right and wrong in every situation. You shouldn't look at it from someone's perspective that okay, this person is wrong. You are wrong.
Entirely wrong.
Entirely wrong.
Yeah.
We all have a role to play.
Yeah.
Since we have like a conversation, so I'm wrong, you are wrong. I'm right, you're right. So we have to just meet at the center. And then when you are having a community and telling someone something, just have to understand that their point of view states yours, and then I think you can leave it there instead of trying to push the other person to think that yours is
right.
Because people like doing that, and we should respect each other, especially interest. I have interest in interest.
Oh god.
We should respect each other's
interest.
Because we may have different interests, and do not mock another person's interest, because you may not know.
Yeah.
Because you may, and then the funny thing is, they mock your interest thinking theirs is like
yeah.
And then you look at theirs and you're like, okay, good for you, but they're not good for me. Even with the interest in music, we all have interest in music, but we all have the kind
different
of music we listen to.
Sure.
So don't say someone's on this, someone's on this. Just be respectful. I think it boils down to respect.
Okay.
Empathy and understanding each other. So, what was important talking about this thing? It was important because what was important? Okay, so we are bringing it from our subconscious memory to the light, so that we can okay, there's something we should talk about. Because immediately you talk about it, it's more like you've created sort of an awareness. And I was curious about it, and I bet you were curious about the way you think too. So that is it. We have come to an end of another episode of Tell Me About It, also known as TMAI. I am your host, Esi K, and with me here is Dominic.
Asuma.
So, thank you for tuning in, thank you for listening, and thank you for doing the watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our social, PenyGH everywhere, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you just called. Are we even on this board?
Not yet.
Everywhere you can think of. And then you can still send in your questions. Oh, speaking of questions, I forgot someone asked a question.
So we can tackle it.
Okay, so there was this question the person asked. What was the question? It was about PE. Let me search it out.
Okay.
Why were we graded for PE?
PE, is it what is PE?
Physical education, like sports.
That one.
Why were we graded?
Yeah. No. I liked it.
So why were you graded? And how were we graded? You know, with maths, you know that you getting 100%.
100, yeah.
English, you know, they underline this grammar. Why were you graded for PE? How was it done?
Oh, okay. How it was done. Okay, I can speak to mine. You know, my school. Let me share this one. We had some people, some students who were they came to the school just because of sports. Okay, and if there's anything happening for them, they will never participate.
Okay.
So if there's anything and their English is not too good,
Okay.
why are you not? I'm sports. Why are you not? I'm sports. Why are you not? And you open their trunk and you see only their boots, their hose, their. So our school become secondary school in the Bungahafo. Sports was part of a key area in our school. Yeah,
I wish.
we had sports and then culture. So we had cultural group there,
Okay.
and these two areas took most of the students abroad whilst they were still in school. If you were in the cultural group and you are a sports person and you have some, so for us we had almost 4 sports masters. So when it comes to PE, they get the time to monitor you.
Okay,
So
you have a different experience.
yes,
I went to the
yes,
regular.
yes,
I
yes.
I must say I like sports. I was an athlete, and then with drama too. I was part of the drama troupe. I was
Okay.
I was a financial secretary for my high school.
Okay,
So
okay.
it was fun, but then.
But so basically they'll do
Yeah.
they'll do I like this boy, I like this girl, let me give this person 5 marks.
Yeah.
You are too this, let me. So yeah, so I
How-
think
how
for
were we
them,
graded?
yeah.
Were we graded fairly? Because sometimes you'd go. I remember there were days.
I also remember Abiba up, Abiba down, Abiba up and down. Yeah.
You go for like 400. I go 400 meters like round, and then you're done, and you're like, okay, you do well. Like you do well, and then you realize that because you are part of the team, you are graded kind of like high.
Yeah.
But if you're not part of your team, your colleagues, you see them.
Yeah,
They got like a B. They get like a C. I'm like, how were they graded? How were we graded?
Oh God, I don't know if any of our listeners or viewers
Happy teachers.
and you you were graded in your school. How bad did you hate PE?
Yeah.
How bad? I loved them.
I loved it.
Yeah, because right after PE was some kind of subject that was so boring for me. Chemistry.
Oh God.
It was so boring. I was a science student, but we took. Oh, may God keep his soul. Yeah, we used in our first year. Okay, we used almost 2 terms, almost the whole year to treat atoms. Okay. And then chemistry instead of chemistry, the chemistry, and it was so boring. So P to chemistry class.
Was
Oh,
ours was like to economics or economics. Oh my God, he's skin us alive. Anyway, we came to an end of the show before realizing that we had questions.
yeah.
So, alright. As we come to an end of today's episode, I wish we would continue and then I wish we would stay, but then time is not on our side. However, we can still make a date next week, same time, 6 o'clock p.m. Don't forget to tune in PenyGH, radio.penygh.com for the website, PenyGH, YouTube, Facebook, or you can download our app. So I'm speaking like one of these.
and then let me chip in this. You know, for our viewers and our listeners, okay, that's one thing we want to do for you guys for free. I remember when we started this, we asked people to bring their, if you have anything to advertise, we do for free for some time.
Let me be your voice of artist.
Yeah. we have so many channels. Okay, we have bulk SMS, so we do SMS marketing.
Okay.
We do email marketing.
Okay.
We can get you a website.
Okay.
We can make noise for you on our social media handles. Just contact us. So that's basically what we do here at Peny Media,
Oh,
Peny Radio, PenyGH.
listeners,
Yeah.
just sponsor my show as well. You you can contact us and sponsor
Yeah.
the show. And then, what am I saying today? I don't
Uh,
even.
let me tell you.
I'm
Let
not
me
making any sense.
let me tell you something. See, from today, okay, you see some. You see the numbers of your the viewers of your program drop because of this. It's something.
Because I said sponsors or something.
No, no, I'm telling you this.
Okay.
So please, for those of you watching today who have tuned in, when you started watching, you saw an advert roll in. Okay, we started monetizing our YouTube channel. Okay,
Oh, okay.
and I'm saying this because I want. when it comes to some of these things, I'm passionate about it because of the way we started this whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so people will forget the fact that money goes into what we do. Okay, and so the moment they want to come and watch your program and they see advert, they say no, people are getting money from me watching this, so they will tune off. They will not watch.
Oh, wow.
So I'm telling you from today, if from today you see the numbers dropping, it's probably because of that. It could be any other thing. It could be,
a factor.
yeah, it could be a factor that, oh, these people, I watch for them to get. But please don't forget, we're paying for electricity, we're paying for we're using data, and so this is a way you also want to support this whole project. Okay, so we love you all. We love you. For those of you who saw the advert and you were not pissed off to quickly run off and say, let me, you can skip the advert and enjoy the show, but please don't skip the program because of the advert. You can skip the advert, enjoy the program, but don't skip the program because of the advert. So Esi, I'm telling you from today, if you see your viewers dropping, it could be that.
Oh,
Yeah, so
interesting.
yeah, so for all those who were not pissed off by the ad, we love you so much. We thank you for your
Patience.
and your generosity. And these are the people we say they are faithful to your program. Yeah, they are faithful to your program. And the ads, you can skip the ads. So from today we got accepted into YouTube's partnership program.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, early this week. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so we thank all of you for subscribing and pushing us there. Okay, we've been trying. We started this channel in 2017.
Oh, then we should have talked about it, so we do that time.
Yeah.
Gracias,
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So,
for
yeah.
supporting us. We are
Yeah.
very grateful.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
we hope you continue to support us, and then we'll continue to give you good content.
sure.
Or maybe we may be like obvious of some things. You
Yeah.
just draw attention to it. We
Sure.
are here for you. You are here for us.
But most importantly, we are here to have fun.
Seriously.
So not so much about yeah. We are here to have fun.
In fact, I had fun
Get
today.
that one.
And
Yeah.
I think I ended up learning some things about myself.
Yeah. And please, one of that, don't be too straight on yourself. Don't be too straight on yourself.
Yeah.
We've ended the program, so this is not part of the program.
It's like we ended the program like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah. So please don't be too straight on yourself. Have fun, okay? Have fun. Yeah.
Have fun.
Oh.
I'm having my fun.
Yeah.
Until next time, wear your mask, stay safe, stay blessed. Gracias, kamsahamnida, adios.